All right, let's get going here. We have Max asking, do you think that it is possible that AI, artificial intelligence, becomes more advanced to the point where an algorithm or deep learning can develop its own conscious thoughts? Today, no. In the near future, no. The challenge with consciousness, as we understand it right now, is that it is a massive interaction of a computer network, right? A massive neural network. What is in your pocket, right? These devices, as smart as they are, as connected as they are, this is really, I think this phone has like 8 cores, 8 processors, or whatever, something like that. Your laptop, like I've got a brand new MacBook, it's got like 32 cores. Your brain, even though it is electrochemical, which is slower than silicon, than these things, is trillions of interconnected processors. And it is that network that gives rise to consciousness. These devices, this hardware, doesn't have the ability to do that, right? There's simply not enough, there's no way to cram that many processors into a compact enough space where consciousness can emerge. Now, I say that that's not anytime soon, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. One of the limitations of these things that our brains don't have is because of the way things are networked together, silicon processors can't. They have no middle states, right? They're either on or off, 0 or 1, and our brains don't work like that. We do have firing thresholds for neurons, but for the most part, we're less 0 to 1. There's a lot of variance between 0 and 1. Now, there is a form of computing that is getting towards that, and that is called quantum computing. Quantum computing allows for -1 to +1 and all the values in between for a computation to occur in a processor. And we're still only at like 130 quantum cores, so we've got a long way to go before we get to the trillions of cores needed to replicate what's in here. But you can see a path forward for that. You can see a path forward where quantum computing will eventually give us the ability to have emergent consciousness from machines. Now, what that looks like and when that happens, we have no idea. It could be within my natural lifetime. It might be longer than that. A lot of it is contingent on physics, on the constraints that physics imposes on these types of computers. But it is possible. And when that happens, we are going to have a bit of a reckoning as a society to figure out what all constitutes consciousness, what all do we have to do about ethics and things when machines can actually think and feel for themselves. They cannot today, but they could at some point. So really interesting question, Max. Thanks for submitting that.